unholy fair. What if Yahawah told the disciples, you can't, don't do this, you know, or this and that, and put in, you know. What if the Lord did that, man? What if the Lord broke them down instead of building now? You gotta get into it. You gotta break certain men down and certain things out of men, but that's not where it ends. That's only the beginning. If you break a man down in the spirit, it's to build him back up stronger, man. So yeah, we all gotta get broken down in that sense, but then we're talking about I'm just gonna kick you to the ground and leave you there. How is that beneficial to the brotherhood, man? You're working on behalf of Satan.
That's right.
And one of the easiest, most subtle ways to do that is that sowing seeds of doubt demon, man. You know, you coming around making men feel unsure of themselves, or trying to at least, you know, making men think evil of other men for no goddamn reason.
Sowing discord amongst brethren.
It says the fearful and the unbelieving, man. Alright? You might have been a pussy in the world. Okay, cool. We all were to some extent. You know, we ain't no tough bad guy. Your brothers had different upbringings and whatever the case may be. You know. But you gotta get rid of that pussy mindset, man. That bitch ass mindset, man. You know. You were a victim in the world, so now you come in the truth, you wanna victimize other men. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. This ain't no nigga shit, man. Alright, this is real brotherhood. If you're not here to exhort and lift brothers up, man, then what the fuck are you doing essentially, man? We read that one more time.
Right, so
fearful and the unbelieving.
Yeah.
And then you got the word in.
I've got it here, yeah. Revelation 21 from verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters.
Oh, sorcerers. So you got people that do fucking judgment, witchcraft out here, man. You know. That's another thing, man. You know. That's why I always like to bring this out, the Lord's Prayer, man. I just call it Our Father who art in heaven, man. Abba Nawa Shabba Shemayim, man. When you pray, right, you enter the spirit realm when you pray, man. Like that, I walk in the spirit realm.
I was just thinking about him. I walk up and down in it.
When you pray, you're attempting to enter a different realm. So you gotta be intentional who you're praying to. A lot of guys talk about the spirit, but they don't say Holy Spirit. They say the Spirit. You can, we say it as well. We don't get over righteous. We say the Spirit, but we know what we're talking about. But you gotta be careful of them guys. Yeah, the Spirit. Yeah, what Spirit, nigga? You talk about, you know, Harakha Kodash, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of the Lord. Are you talking about a fucking demon that you're conjuring, man? The scripture says the sorcerers, man.
That's right.
You know?
Shall we do?
Right,
yeah. And whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part, which burn in the lake of which burneth with fire and brimstone.
And let me say this as well. Read that again, but let me say this as well, man. If you're not a brother, and we had this before, man. If you're not a brother that if you're not a brother that's a priest, man, you know, or you're verified and we know you like that, and you come to the camp, don't be lighting incense on. That's the office, man. Don't be lighting no incense unless you're verified like that, man. Because guys been doing that shit, man. They come on, yeah, I got incense sticks, yeah, incense. That shit can be used on the left hand side as well, man.
Yep.
Don't come on, this ain't no fucking free for all, man. You just coming around the brothers and lighting incense and all that, man. And we don't know what spirit you're lighting that in. We don't know if you prayed over it in the Spirit of the Lord and sanctified it for holy use, man. Alright? Yeah, I got sticks up. Now, there's certain brothers that do that. Yeah, because they're verified, man. And we know the spirit that they're coming in, man. But certain guys have done that in the past and they weren't, it's easy. You ain't got clearance for that, nigga.
Yeah.
You gave you clearance to do that, man. You just coming around lighting up shit. Don't be doing that, man.
Yeah, I tried that back in when I was going to Christian church, and I bought some incense. I've mentioned it. I bought some incense from one of the stalls, because you got all different. You got the ones that are not authentic, right?
Yeah.
And they can give you all kinds of sinus problems.
Yeah.
I had it. I was burning it. This is where I was back in the 90s, man. Christian church.
Yeah,
I was burning it, and I just felt all kind of sick. My head was hurting me. I said, "Right, I ain't felt like that. What's going on?" And I just come to the conclusion. I said, "Let me just take this," and I just dash it out the window.
Hey, I have a similar testimony in that, man. Having to throw it out because I wasn't even burning it.
Yeah.
But there was a negative energy associated with it. I was like, what the hell, man?
Yep.
I had to throw that stuff out.
Bought it from the store. It was a Muslim store. Remember, you know Seven Sisters, where that Muslim shop was there when I used to live up that Tottenham area right there, right opposite Brick Lanes.
Brick Lane side, yeah.
So I tried it once, never did it again.
Yeah.
What you want is the resin. I say the same thing with the stones. If you get any of those incense, you want the resin. That's the resin of the actual the fungus from the tree. The resin. If you get it. And obviously, put your blessings on it. The stones too, and all those things, man. The food, obviously, and you know, because you want your energy on it. Just like if you got a woman, man. If I got a woman, I'll be looking at that woman now, especially now, because 10 years ago it was kind of different. 20 years ago, even 5 years ago, I'll be praying on that woman. She doesn't have to know, but I'll be praying about that. Don't let that woman lead me astray, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's all. You know?
That's right. I've got. Before you read that, read the definition.
Yeah, I've got it here. But I'll bring some up incense in a minute, right?
Yeah.
So we're going into the definition of whoremonger. So I've got it here in the blue letter. It says, right, it is Strong's G 4205. And the transliteration is pornos. I'm saying that correctly. Pornos. Right, pornos, and that means a man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire, or a male prostitute, or a man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse, or fornicator.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it means.
You got guys out here that's in love with prostitutes as well, man. That vibration can run you to the ground, man. Right. Now they ain't nothing wrong with dealing with one, right? Because you got see certain things you say, you got to break it down and get into it. If you got a woman, all right. First of all, let's just put this out there, man. The woman you in a relationship with and the woman you love, she a prostitute anyway, okay? She a prostitute anyway. But, like the actual, they say the oldest occupation, right? You can deal with a prostitute, you know, but there's that spirit of getting enthralled with it, man. Like the elder did that, is it elder Yahawah? I can't remember. One of the elders over in America did a video of, you got to conquer that horny demon, man.
Oh yeah, I got that video. I put it up on my channel. Yeah.
You gotta conquer that, man.
Yeah.
Because guess what? That shit can run you to the ground, man. Alright. And we've had conversations with many in the past and stuff, you know, about getting over that shit, man. Alright. The whoremongers, man. A woman, when a woman has taps into your mind, or you allow that shit to a certain level, that will run you to the ground. Alright. The scripture says, those who have wives be as though they have none. You know?
Got a precept, yeah?
So you gotta be careful with that shit as well, because that was mentioned in that list, man. Okay? Right. We don't really get into that too tough, but I'm gonna bring it out today, man. Be careful of that shit, man. Okay? Because we're talking about that weak energy, that fucking being a weak guy, man, a feminine weak guy.
Yep.
A lot of the time that happens because we're fucking around a woman too much, man.
If I made the scripture say a whore is a deep ditch.
Handshake.
You know, exactly, man. Like you gotta know when to not be around your woman, man. All right, because they naturally, the scripture says they're a pillar of comfort, man. So when you're around her, you're not in warrior mode. which is fine, you know. We ain't out here trying to submit to you, yeah, you're at camp mode at 24. No, man. Brothers get together and get silly sometimes, man. You drink, you chill, you eat, you just relax. Or in your house, you do that, man. Or your woman, wherever, man. But then there's a time and a place for everything, man.
That's right.
If your woman has a larger portion of your time than you in meditation and things surrounding this truth, then your equilibrium's off, man. You're now spiritually unequally yoked, man. Because your spirit is more attuned to a weaker vibration, man. The scriptures say that the woman is the weaker vessel. So if you hang around weak shit, what happens to you? You get weak, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Alright, quick precept.
No, I already had something.
Sirach 37:27 says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. 28. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have soul pleasure in everything. The last one. But not be not unsatiable within any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats.
You see, unsatiable, that's a good precept. Unsatiable in any dainty thing. Now, woman is a dainty thing, man. That's talking about foods.
Yep.
But that also, you can apply that to women, man. Because dainties are what, like them treats, man. You know.
Yeah.
Women are basically treats, man. They're like delicate, man.
Yeah.
If you do the right one.
It's a luxury to have a woman.
You know.
Good woman it is. Even
So
yeah.
Go on, you got
No, because it says not everything is good for every man. Yeah.
Yeah. Not every man needs a woman in this time.
What's the word now? Let me say the right word. I don't want to say the wrong word. Because I was speaking about this to some person who's no longer around. My son, for all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. So a man was saying about prostitution. This is not the last one that left. The one before that one.
Oh right.
And obviously,
yeah.
a man's into what he's into.
Yeah.
You understand? So, which you're encouraged. If you want to get your rocks off, you can do that. But now he was putting it over like to say, well, it's as a scriptural law, that's what everybody should do it. He wasn't being flexible. He wasn't being flexible. So that's the idea. And all things are not profitable to all men. Some men ain't gone into that, man. But some men are into it heavily. But some men are not into it on heavily too. So you got to allow a man to do what he do.
He can, man. And that's the thing. Brothers' balances are different, man. Alright, like even with drinking, man. Like I drink a lot, man. If I'm honest, I like drinking, man. But just because I might have a certain intake and I can get to a certain level and still operate, doesn't mean the next man can.
Yeah.
Or there may be a man above me that can drink more than me. If I drank like him, you know, when you go out in the world, man, it's all that image shit. And you take another shot, yeah. I don't be a pussy, but I've taken another shot. And then there's always the one that fucking ends up vomiting and all drunk and all that shit, man. When brothers drink, it ain't a competition or an excess, man. You know, you drink according to what you can handle, man. Alright? Because wine is good, as any good thing, it says in the precept Ariel read, basically not being, the word was unsatiable. Read that part again, Baba Kusha. Where it said the dainty things and be not unsatiable.
Precept for you on that as well.
Prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable to all men, neither have your soul pleasure in everything, but not unsatiable in any dainty thing.
You know, what it means to be unsatiable?
Yeah.
It means to have, there's no limit to satisfaction.
Right.
You know, like for example, man, like let's stick on food, right? You know, scriptures speak about what is it, man? There's a part in the gospel where it talks about the goodly things. It's talking about pastries, man. Basically, Jake like pastries, man. You know, like the little sweet pastries, the cakes, the breads. We had that in the ancient world, man. You know, that used to be sold. Now, guess what? You can have that as a treat once in a while, man. You know, But then if you keep having pastries all the time, you fuck up your system.
Yeah. Acidic.
Because that's the thing with things that aren't good for you. It's because you're having it in the wrong measures, man.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong because you think in the kingdom we ain't gonna have pastries, man. We gonna have sweet bread and all them kind of things and whatever. Because we had it in the ancient world, but it's about that balance, man.
That's right.
So when you eat the good, the greens and all of that, them pastries don't affect you because it balances it out, But then an insatiable person, even with food in general, you gotta know when to stop eating, man.
Otherwise you become a glutton.
There's no limit of satisfaction. Like you eat a meal and it's like I'm satisfied. An insatiable person, they're not gonna be satisfied. They'll just keep going and going and going and going. So it says be not insatiable in any dainty thing, man. That can fuck you up, man. Having limits, man. Yeah, go on.
Right, this is Proverbs 25 verse 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it.
Exactly, man. So you gotta know your sufficient bounds, man. And don't measure your sufficient bounds by another man's sufficient bounds, man.
Yeah.
Like the precept RER read, man. Not all things are profitable, or not every man's soul takes pleasure in all things, man.
That's right.
It may be lawful, but you just don't take pleasure. Like, certain brothers are into the stones, certain brothers not so much. You can't, you're wicked because you don't wear stones. You can't say that. That man's soul just don't take pleasure in it the ways yours does, man.
Yeah.
Or if you like me, you like port, man, you like that sweet wine, I can't say to a brother, oh, you're wicked because you drink bitter red wine, or you don't drink as much as me, so you're wicked, man. But if my soul takes pleasure in this and it's lawful, and I'm doing it within a regulated, boundary, then it's cool.
Yeah.
If you do it, cool. If you don't, cool. It's do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You brought the example of that other geezer with the whole women thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like, if a man does that, then cool.
Yeah.
Within his bounds, man. Is he running himself to the ground with it? No. Okay, is he breaking the laws by doing it? No. Let the man do his thing then. Just because you don't do it,
Right.
But when a man can't control his spirit with the things he's involved in, that's when it becomes an issue, man.
Yeah.
You see, the Lord made us with preference, man. Now it's all pre-programmed because He makes you like what you like and dislike what you don't like. The fact that I like port, sweet red wine is because the Lord programmed me in this lifetime to enjoy that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And let's just say, for example, you don't like that particular type of wine. It's because the Lord programmed you not to like it. You know what I mean? So it's all preference. You can't get onto a man for his preference, man.
It's lucky, man. Say something beautiful. Elijah used to eat locusts and wild honey.
Yeah.
That was the Most High that gave him the spirit to like those type
John,
of things.
as John the Baptist.
As John the Baptist. But obviously we know who else came back with like that thing as well.
Because I want to add something, if I may, because when Jake's into something, Jake, which we see, Jake really get really passionate. And how I got into the Stones was, there's a brother in Dallas, one of the elders brothers. He might not be an elder, but he's into the Stones. But I remember he was talking amongst the elders, and you can feel this passion, man, And then you can feel him trying to pull him back, because not everybody's gonna have the same passion. And brothers was kind of saying, some brothers, you can see like calm down, but he was passionate and he affected me. Same with me, I'm passionate when it comes to the herb. But what I learned was that not everybody's going to be passionate the way you are in certain things. Like I'm into my herbs, so I kind of wheeled it in a bit and just learned to observe. And if a man come to you, you put it out there, But as you say, wisdom and balance. That's what you learn that as you learn about other brothers and spirits and that.
Since you said that, hold whatever you got, hold it, and get where it says can all be the eye.
Yes.
Let's get that, because the Lord, that's beautiful. The Lord made brothers to like different things so that we can all complement and add to the body, man. As Ariel was saying, we're all passionate. Like we're passionate about the whole book, but there's certain areas you're passionate about, man. There's certain brothers that they love the Genesis, man. So even there are certain brothers that really get passionate about breaking down the beginning of things, man. You know, there's certain brothers that's passionate about the law. You know, you're not really sure about a certain thing yet because they know the law, man. You know, some brothers are passionate about the history, man.
Yep.
For example, your cow, man.
Yeah, he goes to the
You let your cow get the mic and you know where he's got. Well, you could be talking about flipping missiles, man.
And he's always
and he gonna somehow find a way to bring it back to the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages. Because and there ain't nothing wrong with that because that's his passion, man.
Right.
You know, that's his office. You know.
Apostle Tahar likes to go into Revelation a lot.
Yeah.
Apostle Gabar's into the words.
Words and music.
Yeah.
You know. Apostle Aramlab, he relates the word to food a lot. You know. Apostle Rakar, he's passionate about the spirit itself, man. Brotherly love. You know, setting order up in the camps. Like I think right now he's in Florida. You know, Tampa camp. You know, going to check, you know, brothers out and break bread, man. You know, just because that's the thing, diversity, man, and that's where these other camps don't really get it, and even certain other men that's been around us is like, boy, if you ain't like me, then you're not a man of the Lord. Well, who are you, man? You're you be you in your own right, man. Let me be me, and let that brother be that brother, man. Okay. Hey, read.
Yeah, I got you. 1 Corinthians 12 from verse 14. For the body is not one member, but many.
Exactly.
If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body?
Yeah, so if you got a brother, if you got a camp here, and every single brother, like we talk about your cow and your history, alright? If and shout out to that brother, man. But if every brother in the camp was passionate about the history, it's good. But it's a little bit unbalanced.
Yep.
Because how you going to talk about everything else? Now, not to say because you specialize in one thing and you're passionate about one thing, you don't know everything else. No, you know everything else, but you're just passionate about that particular one thing. So more than likely, what you're passionate about is what you're going to wind up speaking about. So the cameraman, the sign holder, the two speakers, the three readers, you know, and the guys that hold posts, everybody's passionate about history. Well then, you ain't going. Nobody specializes in your camp in any other area, man. So what then? What then? You know, that's why you need. You know, we should all be occupied in the spirit of prophecy, which we are. But you're certain brothers that really can break down prophecies. You got certain brothers that can really get into the Gospels. You got certain brothers that can really get into the law. You got certain brothers that really can get into the herbs, you know, and the medicines. You got certain brothers that really get into the Hebrew, man. You know, you got certain brothers that really get into the history. You know, but it's needful, man. The Lord made that man the way He did and placed him in the place He did for a particular reason, man.
That's right.
You know.
Shall we read on?
Yeah.
Right, verse 16. And if the heir shall say, because I am not the eye, am I not of the body? Is it therefore not of the body? And if the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? And if the whole were hearing, where would be the smelling?
And that's another point. Cherish your gift and don't covet the next man's.
That's right.
All right. If you're gifted in a certain area, cherish that and harness it, man. You know, use it to the best of. That's the parable of the talents, man. You know, go and gain some more. You know, put it out there on the exchanges, man. You know, do what you gotta do with it, make it multiply. Don't be looking at another man, oh well, why, how can he do this like that? Man, you know, don't do that, man. Alright, because there's a reason that one man got 5 talents. There's a reason why one man got 3 talents. There's a reason that one man got 1 talent. But the aim and the objective is to multiply, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go on, man.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 12:18. But now hath God set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it hath pleased Him. And if they all were one member, where would be the body? But now are there many members, but yet one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you.
Yeah, because the eye is able to do what? To scope, to see. All right. So the eye can show the hand where to move, but then the eye can't say, well, I don't need the hand, because you can be looking all you want, but you ain't got no ability to go and pick up something.
Yeah.
So then your office becomes redundant. All you're doing is seeing, but ain't going and doing jack shit. You know, just like the eye needs the hand. You know, the ears need the feet. The feet need the ears. Alright, I always like to bring that out. Did you know that you can't walk properly if you ain't got 2 ears? People think, well, that's opposite sides of my body. One's at the top, on my head, one's all the way at the bottom. Yeah, if you can't hear properly, or you're missing an ear, or you're slightly deaf, you can't walk straight.
Your equilibrium.
Exactly.
Equilibrium, yeah.
The balance, man.
That's how Deontay Wilder got fucked up in boxing, you know?
Yeah.
What, is he finished now?
No, he ain't finished, but in the last fight, the 2 last fights he had, he was his equilibrium. And he might have problems with it from now on because of somebody put up something in their glove.
Oh,
it's all on something.
Fury's cheating.
Cheated, yeah.
There you go.
So he might not never be the same. He might be, he might not. Back to what you were saying, your ears, man.
Yeah. And your ears are your eardrums, they're very delicate part of your body, man. So once your eardrum busts, you'll never be the same, man. You know? Oh, shit. Anyways, go.
Right, so it says, verse 22, nay, much more those members of the body which seem more feeble are necessary, and those members of the body which you think to be less honourable, upon these we bestow more abundant honour, and our uncomely parts have a more abundant comeliness.
Yeah, man. So you can look, some guys think, oh, well, he just does this, so he ain't really this, or he just does that. You know, and you know, whatever the case may be, and it's like, well, he ain't profitable. No, those parts you have more abundant honor. You know. Anyways, drop that. You had something.
Yeah, let me see.
If not, we go head back to Psalms. We didn't finish that.
Yeah. No, just about, because we were briefly talking about not being too caught up with your wife.
Oh, yeah.
But Luke 12:34, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So be careful about where you place your treasure, man.
Yeah.
If you put your woman above this truth, your mind's going to be on pleasing her. Whereas if you put this truth first, you'll be more focused on pleasing Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi.
Yeah, there was that one nigga we had years ago. I don't know if you remember him. That tool guy, Yasharella. Some tool dude, man. He used to be in the camp, like almost at the beginning, man. Some Benjamin dude. He used to smoke weed as well and everything.
I don't remember.
You don't remember him? See, there's been so many guys, man. But he was around the early Dalston days when we was at Dalston and we left Dalston.
Oh, he usually had locks and he cut it. Yeah, I remember him.
Man.
Yeah, me and him was talking for a little while. Yeah.
His excuse for leaving was, I gotta go and teach my woman. What fucking bullshit's that? Yeah, I can't come to the camp because I need to go and focus on my family, to go and teach my woman the truth. Yeah. So his heart wasn't in the truth, man. His heart was with his woman, really. So he used her as an excuse to say, I'm going to teach her, and the guy never came back. And that guy, I'll never forget him, man. Every single time it was, you know, well, he just wanted to stand there, man. You had a couple of guys that just wanted to stand around and do jack shit. You had him, the Yasharella dude. Every single time it was like, oh, read. No, I just want to hold signs, you know. I just want to hold signs. You read.
Yeah.
I remember one time I got to the camp, right, and he was reading, and you can tell, man, the guy, like, it was too much for him. Like, he just didn't want to read. And then as soon as I got there, he was like, yeah, you read. I'm just gonna hold posts. What you doing, bro? Just read, man.
It's lukewarm.
Yeah.
He just wanted to stand there, and then he was one of them guys who would hold the post and cover his face and all that shit.
No, we was talking about that when I first come in.
Yeah.
I used to hide my face.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to the brother at Central Chicago. I did that as well. I did as well. When I first came in, you have the thing, man. You have the sign, right? They're big ass signs.
Yeah.
It's like do that shit. Yeah. I used to do that as well. I can't lie. But that's when you first come in, though, man. Right. You believe, you're convicted, but you're still scared.
Can't.
You know, Even with the scriptures, man. Let me hold your Bible up. I used to be like this as well.
And you know what? I saw people doing that.
I used to, man. When you first come in, you tend to do that, man. But then it's like, oh, fuck this, man. Because the more you do that, right, the more people that you know come past. The Lord makes it that, man. You try to hide, I'm gonna make you.
That's why I got arrested. I know the most I let that happen. I know why that happened.
Yep. So I came to the conclusion, because even when we was in the Seven Sisters that time, man, that's pretty much my area, man. It's down the road, from me. I see bare people, man, that I know. And it's like, shit. When you feel like, oh man. But you get used to it, But that it ain't like, that's just when you come in, man. You don't really know much, man. You know you're in the right place, but you don't know much.
Yeah.
So that's all folly, man. But there's a difference between being new and doing that, and then you 2 years in, and you're still playing them games, man.
Right.
We know guys that was years in, man, that didn't even have a fucking YouTube channel, man.
Yeah.
Guys that are around for, I'm waiting for them. How the fuck can you say, I'm waiting for the Lord to give me the inspiration to make a channel? Look at
that's slothful serving, isn't it?
And you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I remember, yeah.
Man say, I'm just waiting for the Lord. If the Lord wants me to make a channel, I'll make a channel.
Yeah. You needed to man up. You just needed to man up, really. Because you know what? When you come out of the world, you think you still got spirits on you, man. When you come out in the truth out of the world, you have demons on you. It could be either the woman. Some man, I know that particular guy. He loved his woman. Fair enough, he loved his woman. Yeah. But after a while, he had a problem with he didn't want to cut his locks, his hair, and we used to speak on the phone, and he was struggling with the weed thing. Yeah. So that he had. That's 3 demons he had to fight off, man. Yeah. And you come in and you're still struggling with them, and you get your pull and tug. I had the spirit of the church on me. I was still supposed to be a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah. So I had that on me, that demon. Yeah, that demon. And when I got arrested, right, it was like, fuck it, now it's all out there now. And plus I had my past, worrying about, oh no, I don't want to get that happen with my past and all that. And when that happened, it all happened, and bam, and I was just, fuck it now. Yeah. It's happened now. And I went straight back, next week I went straight back to the place. Please come up again. Yeah. So I just told him my name, man. I told him.
You see, in the script, for we have forsaken all.
Yes.
When you forsake all, you can't care about what you're forsaken, man. You're forsaking him. Just let it go, man. Like you can't give up certain things, right? And whatever. Like we're saying, we ain't being fucking tyrants out here, man. We're in the flesh. When you first come in, you're going to hold the sign over your face. You're going to cover your face with the Bible. You're going to be scared to read loud and put on a garment. Alright? We all been there. Done that. Got the t-shirt at home. Okay? But there's a difference between all of that stuff and still hanging on to the world, man. You like, as Ariel said, you got demons tugging you this way, that way, which way, and it's like, but you're trying to be around this, man. It's because you got to forsake it, man.
Yes.
Like brother just said, fuck it, it's out there now.
Yeah.
I'm in it now. You had that moment where it's like, you believe because you know it's the right place to be, but you're new, you're unsure, you're nervous, but then the Lord puts that situation in front of you where you got to be like, well, fuck it. And a lot of guys don't want to say fuck it to the things of the world or whatever demons are on them. Yeah. So that's why you're giving ear to Satan, man. Like that Yahshua dude. He wasn't. Now I'm not saying say fuck it to you. You can have your woman, man. I got a woman, but you gotta be in that mode where it's like any minute now, man. If she kicks off, then fuck you, man. But he didn't have that. His thing was, I'll go good. Yeah, because the pussy was calling him. Yeah. So his excuse was, I'm going to use the truth as an excuse to go and be with her and never come back. Yeah.
And the hair thing, he said that we know Sakari's gone from wax worse. Sakari's waxed from worse to worse. But he's now, I remember him saying, Sakari, don't say you can have long hair. Sakari said that. I was being